forgot to turn off all my Bubsy stuff. Alright, wait 1 second. Sorry. Also, I don't know how to describe this, but I feel like actually, whenever I drink an energy drink before streams, instead of like energizing me for the stream, I actually think it like makes me feel weird. I'm having the most obvious realization ever. Actually, when I drink the energy drink before stream, it makes my brain tingle. Don't make me say it, bro. Say what? How much caffeine are you getting there? It's half of a 200 milligram can. Is it really ADHD? Who's to say? We'll never know. That's just one of those things that you live with, and well, you never know. Because you'll never know. Gotta pursue the valley with more caffeine. Aye, Captain. Sugar is sugar-free? Sugar-free. With biotin B6 and B12. Vegan and gluten-free. What else has got? That's all. That's all we got. Yes, it's the Alani. It gave me a little nose tickle. What's your favorite flavor? Cherry. It's the cherry flavor is my favorite. There's so many Alani flavors, it's fun to gamble and pick random ones. I've been like a ride or die for the cherry slush because I'm a freak. The other, I have like one flavor per brand of energy drink that I run with only. So with Alani, it's the cherry slush, and with G Fuel, you guys, I used to fucking mainline the Swedish Fish G Fuel daily, twice daily at least. It was awesome. It actually almost got me to stop drinking Dr. Pepper, but then I realized like I think the Swedish Fish G Fuel is actually worse for me than the Dr. Pepper is. White Monster, yes or no? No, but that's because I'm like picky in everything. White Monster is just like White Monster. It needs to be like fruity and stuff. I crushed tubs of the sour cherry G Fuel. The sour cherry G Fuel is so sour. It's way too sour. I know it says it exactly on the can, like it's sour cherry, but it's so sour. The Red Sour Patch Kids Ghost is good because it tastes like it's melting your teeth when you drink it. It tastes like electric. That's what I like about the cherry slush, is that it doesn't have that like, what's the taste? Taurine? Like a lot of energy drinks have like a really strong taurine taste. Like Monster, like Red Bull is literally like straight taurine. Like it tastes like people dissolved a few pennies inside it. Yeah, the battery acid taste. The battery acid notes are the taurine. I like the lingonberry tea. Wait, that sounds good. I love lingonberry. I like lingonberry on my Swedish meatball. There's other flavors in the Ultra Monster type, especially a lot of fruity ones. I was gonna say like, oh, I gotta expand my horizons, but honestly, I think it's probably good that I only have like a limited preference for energy drinks, considering my addictive personality. I actually think I'm good as it is. It could be much worse off. Also, Cynically, thank you for subscribing and staying a sponsor for 46 months at tier 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lingonberry is a European-ass name for a fruit. But it's just, lingonberry is the name everywhere, because it's a lingonberry. It's not like a fruit that has one name in one country. And like, doesn't lychee have a different name? Am I misremembering? It's like cranberry light. Yes, it is rather cranberry-ish. What's a fruit that has two names? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Ling my berries, linging these nuts. I get it. Oh, my neighbors are stomping. You probably could hear that. Dragonberry. You're not gonna get me. Watermelon. You're not gonna get me. I'm not gonna say, oh, what's Dragonberry? What's Dragonberry taste like? Take a wild guess. Throwing the dodgeball in the room? No, they're just having a Irish tap dancing sesh. Pitaya? Nashi pear, also called Asian pears? I guess... that's not what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's like... I really do think it's like one of the spiky fruits. Spiky red fruits that I'm trying to think of. Oh! Rambutan. Wait, so... are rambutan different from lychee? They are different! Wait, I thought they were the same thing! That's what I was trying to think of. Rambutan is different from lychee. Like the Filipino fruit? Yeah, with the spikies. Oh, they are different. What? Is that really what a lychee looks like? In my mind, lychees have always been rambutans. I'm not sure I could, like, make a distinction between the taste of each of them. Different from a lychee, a little more tangy. But they are related. Rambutan, lychee, and longan. What? What's a longan? When did that come into play? Invalid username, thank you for resubscribing and staying a sponsor for 9 months as a mega sponsor on YouTube. How the time flies. Can't believe it hasn't been a full year yet. Oh, don't rush things. Right now you'll be like, oh, I can't believe it's only been 9 months. It feels like it's been a whole year. It feels like it's been years and years. And then 4 years from now you'll be like, where has the time gone? I guarantee you. That's how I feel. Oh, I'm gonna go to my chatting screen. Oh, my pajamas off. Pickaroo. Pickaroo. I have to like avoid getting sappy every single stream now. Because, can you believe it? It snuck up on me. It snuck up on me so fast. You know what's next month? What? Don't cry until the ending. Oh, you think it's an ending? Hello. I genuinely had no idea it was close until you mentioned it. Are we all talking about the same thing? What exactly is close? But yes, I am talking about my anniversary. Can you believe it? How many weeks is that? Let's see. 1, 2. Let's say 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks until my 4th anniversary. Can you believe it? What the heck? That came up so fast. That was crazy fast. Also, hello everybody, it is I, Ashley Martin, the rollerball race queen of VTuber Racing. I wonder if I should save it for like a more populated stream, if I should start making announcements and stuff. But I feel like I could just say it. I'll probably be saying it over and over, but in 2.5 weeks it is my 4-year anniversary. Oh my god, that passed by so fast. And you know what else is weird about that I've talked about before? it's weird to think that when I debuted, there were other VTubers that debuted. So I debuted in 2022. When I debuted, there were VTubers that debuted in like 2021, 2020, where I was like, oh my God, can you imagine being around for 2 years at that point? And now it's been double that for me. And I feel like on one hand, it's just because only 2.5 weeks away. So it goes, I know. On one hand, like, maybe I just don't experience it. I feel like when people see like a VTuber that's been around for 4 years nowadays, so I'm like getting ahead of myself. When people see a VTuber that's been around for 4 years nowadays, they just like, they don't even bat an eye, I feel like. Or maybe not. Maybe I just feel like that because I've only been like entrenched within my friend group and my immediate VTuber culture. And so I'm just used to all these VTubers that have been around for years and years and years. Or maybe it really is like if I were to like reach out or ask other VTubers that have debuted, like, do they see me as, I don't know what I'm saying here. Sorry. Oh, they're being really loud upstairs. That's distracting me. There's VTubers debuting right now as we speak, but you're always refreshing to see. Oh, thank you. That wasn't exactly what I was worried about, but I'll take it. That reminds me of those comments where it's like, no offense, but, and then they say something really innocuous, like, well, I wasn't gonna take offense to it, but should I? Should I have? It wasn't my intent, but anyway, yeah, can I claim senpai status? Yeah, I wonder if that's even like a socially acceptable thing to say, like, because to me, I still feel like so baby. There's still like so much left of the mountain yet to summit, you know? Like I'm appreciating the view from halfway up, while also striving for the peak. But then also, I wonder if there's any other like smaller VTubers that are like, I remember when you debuted and I was like, I can't wait till I debut or something like that. And like now they've been around for like half the time I have and they consider me a senpai. I don't know, I'm sorry. The people above me are really distracting me. And I'm pretty sure they can't hear me. Well, they probably can't hear me when I'm like whispering under my breath and stuff. They're really active today. They've been rather active. The only reason I say that is because I feel like my upstairs neighbors don't talk all that much unless they're fighting at 9 AM on a Saturday, which actually they were doing yesterday too. There's just something about those early morning Saturdays. Maybe something happens on Friday nights that just causes some friction. But I heard earlier they like called to somebody else like outside, or they were just talking out loud when they were directly above me, and I was like, oh my God, I can hear them. I can hear them so clearly. They can definitely hear me. Ah well. I'll be moving out of this place, methinks, so I can have a place that's more conducive to focusing on my stream, because I want to be 100% focused on you, my pit crew. So they communicate via tap dancing. Oh, that's been known since the day that they moved in. You sang karaoke the other week, fine though? I think they just don't say anything. Get a place with a recording booth, or just like, you know, hermetically sealed behind 7 layers of concrete. Just start talking loudly about how her upstairs neighbors keep either fighting or freaking. I don't hear anything. I don't hear any of the latter is the thing. It's just all trouble up there. Ooh. Before stream 2, I decided to treat myself because even though I've gotten off to a complainy start, I have been rather sentimental this past couple days. Yesterday I had a sort of quiet day to just do whatever, and so I putzed around the house, skated on my indoor skates, put stuff away, cleaned the dishes. Oh, and then today too, I tweeted about how I finally got the rack from my spice village, and so it just feels so awesome to like have like a comfy space that you... It's always sweet hearing stories about how you affected other VTubers. I feel like I don't hear it that much. That's why I sort of But it probably would be, oh my god, you guys, can you hear that? Tell me you hear them like wrestling, like flying elbowing each other. Wait, what the fuck? I thought that was my neighbor. No, we cannot. But some people say they can hear it. That one bump came through while you were talking. Man, I got a really good microphone dampening system somehow. That was just my neighbors. Isn't that great? It's like a 2-for-1 deal. You get the whole squad when you tune into my stream. Your village is so cute. I know, right? Thank you. But yes, I got to set up my spice village, and I really like Witch Hat Atelier. I remember reading it years ago and getting super invested in it, and so I tend to do... I think most people do this actually, but I'll like read a manga digitally before I check it out in real life, before I decide like I really want to own this, and I really wanted to support oh my god! What's the artist name for Witch Hat Atelier? Kamahama. No, that's a Dragon Ball move. Kamome. Oh fuck! I had to Google this. Witch Hat Atelier manga. Oh, Kamome Shirahama. That is literally a Dragon Ball move. I never noticed that. Shirahama Kamome. I don't like the cone hats. What? You don't like cone hats? I love cone hats. Come on, man. Wait, why are you mad at me? Isn't it sort of like a Dragon Ball-y name? Dark witches have better hats. Coming Twitter apology. I feel like that's no. See. Witch hats are supposed to be giant. Oh, I see. The issue isn't the fact that they're tall and pointed. It's the fact that they're brimless. So you guys are evil brimmed witches. You're on the side of the evil brim hats. But yes, I years ago I got into reading Witch Hat Atelier and I super duper loved it. And so I've been collecting the manga. I have volumes 1 through 10, and so far the anime is only up to like volume 2 or 3, and so I pulled the manga off my shelf, and yesterday I sat on my couch and I had some hot chocolate, which I also made. Today before stream, and I'm sipping on right now. It sounded like that. LOL Kamome, come on man. Wait a second, yeah! It does. I'm curious what their name means. Kamome Shirahama has to be like a... Oh wow, that's like 3 kanji. Wow. Kamome Shirahama. I'm curious what each of these kanji is. That's gotta be like a moniker. A pen name. That's not like a real Japanese name. Hot chocolate energy drink should be a thing. It actually is a thing, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, is it hot chocolate energy drink or hot chocolate liquid IV? I think it's hot chocolate liquid IV, because I'll get liquid IV ads. I've talked before about how like sober Ashton will be like, ooh, bomb pop liquid IV, cherry ring pop liquid IV, and then like when I'm drunk and need it the most, I'm like, like yeah, I can get the smell because it's like so sweet and sickening. Ugh. I have the liquid IV hot chocolate. Is it good? I'm really picky about my hot chocolate, so I'm not sure I could indulge. I think I'll just have to separate. I'll have my electrolyte filled drinks separate from my hot chocky. Have you been using the hot chocolate machine often? I have. It's more than paid off the investment. I secondhand bought a dedicated hot chocolate mixing machine over the winter, and I felt like such a fucking idiot because it's like yet another like single-use device to take up space on my counter, but I actually use it all the time. I use it all the time because I actually use it more than I use my coffee machine. I have like a mini coffee maker, and I use it way more than the coffee because I don't drink coffee. Like I don't drink coffee recreationally. Sometimes I'll use it to like make espressos and stuff, or honestly the person who uses it the most is my mom. When she comes over to my apartment sometimes she'll make a coffee on it, but A good hot chocolate machine can change your life. I know, it's so easy to be able to make a perfectly mixed, a perfect temperature hot chocolate. Because, you know, if you put the milk in the microwave, you nuke it for 2 minutes, it gets a little film on top. Ugh, that's icky. It's also super fucking hot, but it needs to be super fucking hot to be able to melt the powder in the chocolate. So you have to like make so many, like, I've forgotten the word again. This is a word that always escapes me on stream. They're doing something up. They're like actually tap dancing upstairs. Can you hear that? When I talk, can you hear that? Oh. This is a... You guys, that was like actually... that was like the most rhythmic... Stop! This one is the most like, they're definitely having sex noises that I've ever heard. Usually it's just like dropping shit or walking around really loudly, like plodding around like an orc. But that time it was rhythmic. No. Don't do as if you're doing squish. What a couple, they fight, they throw chairs, they fuck. And they also rip cigs. It's just called shenanigans. They live a charmed life. Monopoly's getting really intense. I can't get a single moment's rest. Maybe it's just like retribution for screaming throughout the night. Anyway, are you celebrating tomorrow's holiday? I am celebrating Memorial Day tomorrow because I will be streaming a very special game for the very first time tomorrow, courtesy of the minds of the pit crew. The stream comes with unnecessary neighbor scenes. I agree, they are wholly unnecessary. They smoke cigs inside. No, they smoke cigs outside, and there's like an ashtray, and it's packed full. There's like 700 cigarettes in it. Medal of Honor? Medal of Honor? Well, I was gonna be playing Call of Duty, but... the old CODs are still pretty good. Is Medal of Honor preferred to Call of Duty? I think I was gonna play Call of Duty Blops, the very first Blops. Oh no, it was Modern Warfare. Call of Duty is much funnier. Wait, so is Medal of Honor like an actual good war game? I just looked at Medal of Honor and it was showing me actual military medals. COD is much funnier. Okay, yay! Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Oh my god, the video game's created by Steven Spielberg? You know, COD's way funnier than this. I'll be turning into boots on the ground. Experience the war firsthand. I think Medal of Honor popularized the D-Day landing as a level. That's a thing. I'm like so blind to this entire genre. I didn't realize that was a thing at all. Actually, now that I think about it, there's definitely like levels in like Star Wars games that are very D-Day-like. There's even like a scene in one of the sequel Star Wars movies that's sort of D-Day-ish. Also, Starelia Yumera, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. My name is Ashton Martin. I'm the roller runner ice cream of VTuber Racing, and we're just doing our pre-gaming yap right now. And if you need to head out, I totally understand, and I hope your stream went super duper well. But yeah, Call of Duty and like also like just historically accurate video games are sort of like a complete black fog in my mind. I have no... All I know is that like they're a little bit chuddy historically. They're a little bit chuddy, and there's a new Call of Duty game where the guy wears a skull mask. Oh, I never wrote my live tweet. Yapping now. There's a guy the guy wearing the skull mask in the newest one that everyone thirsted over and would draw yaoi of him with another masked guy. And also Papa Martin used to play an old Call of Duty game on the Wii with like the the Wii motion controls from Link's crossbow training. Me, I was just a crossbow training girl. I never ended up playing the Call of Duty. She has it? Is this like infamous? Is Ashton really live if she doesn't tweet it out? That is indeed the question. Much to consider. Very similar to if a tree falls in the forest and nobody heard it, did it really happen? Ghost is in Modern Warfare 2 but not Modern Warfare 1. See, I did know that. I was picking Modern Warfare just because it seems like it's the funniest. I'm pretty sure that Modern Warfare is the one... Is that the one that has the on the Wii with the shooter controls? Call of Duty Wii. Shooting. Oh, it's a Black Ops Wii. Or no, 3? Oh wow, there's a lot on the Wii. 4. You're playing campaign or PvP? Do you think like the old Wii version of Call of Duty has active PvP? No, because the store isn't even live on the Wii anymore, so they might not even have internet connectivity. I wonder, is there a COD game for the Switch yet? This hot chocolate's so good. Blops Wii isn't infamous. I just think it would be funny if you played it. Also, thank you. I hope you enjoy Mother 3. Thank you, Storelia. Yes, that is on the plans for today. More Mother 3. For those who are curious about the progress on Mother 3, I have just reached the monkey part where the monkey's getting abused. We can host a private server and fuck around. It'd honestly be fun for a couple matches. Oh, wait, the Wii version? I think either way that could be really fun. To get something hosted for tomorrow for Memorial Day. And it'll be my first foray into... There's like, I don't even want to play a different COD game because saying Blops is just so fun. There's no reason to play any other Call of Duty game because it's not as fun to say as Blops. Is there a second Blops, like Blops 2, Blops 3? COD Blops. 3! Oh my god, it goes up to 3! When's this from? 2015? Oh! They're on like 7! Oh my god, I'm way behind! They're on fucking 7! Wait, what's the one Ghost is from? Ghost Call of Duty. Oh, Modern Warfare 2. Oh, I don't get the difference between them. I guess, I mean... The difference is that one follows a Black Ops and one is about Modern Warfare? Oh wait, Ghost is as old as 2009 from Modern Warfare 2? But people only started thirsting over him in the most recent game? That's odd. No, they're actually entirely different canons. It's like Ace Combat. That also makes no sense to me. I have no idea what you're referencing with Ace Combat. They're different canons in Ace Combat? I didn't know that. Modern Warfare is gritty while Black Ops turned more into arcadey with zombies game mode. Oh! I see. So wait, which is the one that we would host then? Would it be Modern Warfare or Blops? That does make sense. That Modern Warfare is like gritty, but only has like a few installations, but Blops is like the moneymaker. Man, I bet that they have like... I bet they have so many microtransactions in this game. Whichever is on the Wii. Well, there's a lot on the Wii as it turns out. I actually can't recall Call of Duty Wii games. Like you wouldn't believe. Oh yeah. Man, imagine the game that Papa Martin was playing this whole time was Call of Duty World at War. I can't imagine that's an exactly popular one. They have Call of Duty. Oh wow, Call of Duty 3 looks old. You can actually like see the guy's face on the cover. Whoa. Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty World at War. World at War was huge. World at War was pretty popular. It's where the Nazi zombies came from. Really? I feel like that one sounds really familiar. Wait a second. No, I guess when I asked to take the Wii home, I don't think that I got given every game. I could probably just ask now. Let me see. Can you tell me which Call of Duty game we had on the Wii? World at War and Reznov, good times. Wait, how come you guys have not mentioned World at War thus far in the discussions? It's only been about Blops and Modern Warfare. But World War II is bad. What about Call of Duty Ghosts? Check general in the paddock for the game timeline / universe. Yeah. I'll pull it up on stream. Oh god, can you even read this? Nearly every COD set before the 1950s, excluding World at War, which is confirmed canon in the BD timeline, can be considered canon in every game and timeline. However, none of them have any bearing on their stories. Due to this, they can also be considered standalone. Okay, I'll just make it bigger. That's easier to read. Is it canon? Isn't it based on real wars? Well, some of them are based on real wars. Some of them are just shooting Nazi zombies. I didn't learn about the... Oh. I didn't learn about the Nazi zombies when I was in school, but I'm not exactly a reliable source of historical information. A lot of them are just fanfics. I see. Call of Duty Vanguard. Yeah, see, I asked Mama Martin if she remembered or if she could look at the Wii games, and she just said... Mama Martin just said the original one, which doesn't make any sense. So that isn't... That's a non-answer. That means that they think they just picked the game in the bargain bin, probably, and played it. Boomers love the original, but the original wasn't on the Wii is the thing. Oh, this is just reminding me again of a game that Papa Martin used to play on the computer, not on the Wii, and it had this... Either it was about like aliens, or it had a censorship thing turned on to make all the blood and guts green. And I've not been able to find the... It's impossible to describe either. I can really only remember like the green gore in it. And I feel like that was actually like a common thing back then to have like a... in the TV. I feel like it was pretty common back then to have some sort of like sensor trigger to turn the blood and stuff in games a different color. So it's not, unfortunately, not specific enough to be able to find that game. But that was another shooty game I used to watch my dad play as a kid. Here we go, now I can read it. The original trilogy is all considered to be in the same universe. They could all be considered canon, but also be considered a standalone trilogy. Okay, so... I guess for the sake of establishing a timeline, we'll all just consider Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3, and Vanguard, and World War II, and World at War... just canon. Just canon to establish all canon to establish a timeline. And then it goes Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Cold War. There could be a correlation between the price in COD 1 and 2 and the Modern Warfare trilogy. However, it would be a descendant, and it is only a theory. COD 4 has been theorized to have been a direct sequel to COD 3, just set in the future. However, no solid reason for this other than the title exists. Okay. And then it splits here. Eee! Sometimes the snapping in OBS leaves a bit to be desired. This is likely its own separate timeline. However, if the Zak Cave we see in Black Ops Cold War is the same one as the OG Modern Warfare trilogy, then Black Ops 2 can't occur due to World War 3. Yeah, okay, so they're not exactly historically accurate once it gets into World War 3, I would say. And then in one, there's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. Oh, so those are different from the Blobs timeline. Not historically accurate yet. And here is the standalone games. I see. Call of Duty Ghosts. This is its own separate timeline. However, it has been theorized that the US and the Middle East occurred post World War 3 from COD Modern Warfare 3. It could be in the Modern Warfare timeline. However, it's set in the future, so the trilogy story doesn't impact AW. Wow, what's AW? Zak Cave is in Black Ops Cold War, and due to the years it is set, the entire Modern Warfare reboot. Advanced Warfare. It's Space COD. Kevin Spacey game. What? Advanced Warfare. Whoa. This is a lot more non-linear than I expected. Of the historical war games. Historical with an asterisk next to it. Space COD is Infinite Warfare. Well, that sounds way too confusing to me. I think I'm just gonna play... I think Modern Warfare might be a little too heavy for the occasion, okay? So we'll play Blops or something. I finished my hot chocolate. Alright, my mother's on the hunt in my childhood game box to see which one it is. COD 4 is pretty basic. Isn't that the one? Oh no, that one's Modern Warfare, isn't it? COD 4 Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare, outside of one scene, is a merry gay romp. Well, I think the biggest thing is that I was talking about playing Call of Duty, but I'm not gonna finish Call of Duty. Like, unless the campaign is only like 3 or 4 hours long, I don't think I'm gonna be finishing Call of Duty. And unless it really like entrances me, I'm not sure I'll play it again. So we don't have to like worry about like the story's better in this one, the story is worse in that one, this one's more fun to play, etc. They're pretty short and easy. COD 4 has a short campaign, like short enough to finish in one stream. Really? You might find them funny. I worry though, because it's like, are they gonna require enough, like as much historical knowledge or like layman's knowledge that Metal Gear Solid does? Because they're made for like teenagers, right? Fuck no. No! Yay! Yay! 4 needs no background. Yay! It's Unga Bunga. Phew! Alright. You gotta play the press F to pay respects one. Is that a Blops game? Not Blops. What am I saying? I just love saying Blops. Is that a COD game? Press F to pay respects? None of them are historically accurate outside of World at War. Wait, I thought... Oh my god, it is! This Advanced Warfare! What? Wait, I thought this was from like a David Cage game. Or is that press X to doubt? All you need to know about the story, enlisting in the military is awesome! I mean, I want to kill some zombie Nazis. X to Doubt was Rockstar. X to Doubt was LA Noire. Oh. Wait, what's the funny shit that came from that one David Cage game? Heavy Rain? Is that what it is? Wait, is it Sean? Sean! X Jason. As you can construct the best series of words, press F to pay respect, mistaking LA Noire with David Cage. I just am not knowledgeable in this vein. These are all like similar, they're all like realistic looking guys, all humanoid men in gritty realistic settings. They're just memes to you. Yes, I feel nothing towards them. You'd actually love Heavy Rain. I feel like that's something I should be offended at. Heavy Rain is so ridiculous, it's amazing. There we go! I knew I needed to be offended at it. MCS prepared you for Blops, it's all about the Cold War. Blops or COD 4? I mean, I said this last time, Shindigs, and I know it's like a half meme, but I know a little about everything. What's the controversy with David Cage? I don't make games for F words? Did he say that? That's kind of ironic. No offense. Not that David Cage is listening. Really? He said that? David Cage is kind of a horrible person. Among other things, yes, he may have said that. Huh. You may need to check out Cheese Catastrophe starring Speedy Gonzalez. The earlier work of David Cage. Said by Daylight Yowie, what are we talking about? Actually, I'm forgetting the quote. Also, Dot the Dash, thank you for resubscribing and saying a sponsor. Welcome back for 3 months in a row. I have approximate knowledge of many things. Like the cat from Adventure Time. I've seen the memes about Heavy Rain, LA Noire, and Advanced Warfare, but they all went together because it's like they're all real life looking, right? Unless it has like a visual style like Skyrim. I can tell when somebody is in a carriage and it's like a fade from black, like, oh, that's the opening from Skyrim. I haven't played that, but I've seen it memed on quite a bit. Hey, no Googling. I Googled nothing. Oh, we got an answer. And it might be that she can't find it. It was World at War! It was World at War! Thank you for looking, Mama. What was World at War? World at War was the Call of Duty game that my dad played when I was a child. And I found to be too nitty-gritty for me. He played it with the Link's crossbow training gyro stuff for the Wii. How long the beat says both COD 4 and Blops are 8 hours average. Guys, that's not one stream. World at War is the prequel to the Blops timeline. Wait, and aren't you guys saying too that World at War is like the only nitty-gritty, like accurate to real-life historical game? And it was the one on the Wii? Why did they do that? Have you heard of the early version of Link's crossbow training, which was basically whack-a-mole? No. World at War is not accurate, but it is evocative. So Heavy Rain, I think this is the biggest explanation as to why, like... I feel like Shindigs is always... I don't even know if he's here anymore, but feel free to sound off if this is accurate in the slightest. Like, constantly baffled by my lack of knowledge on pedestrian subjects, particularly relating to like things that like I feel like what I'm trying to say is that like you might think it's like normal for a nerd to not know about like pop culture, right? And so like a nerdy person doesn't watch like, for example, in the 2000s, like didn't watch like Sex in the City, you know, didn't watch The Notebook or something like that. She's above the monoculture. Wait. I'm doing something here. And so to like older nerds or to like gamer nerds, when they see me not, how am I phrasing this? When they see me like not knowing anything about any of these like classic video games, it makes them feel weird because I'm basically like the super uber nerd in the situation and you guys are like the normies, I guess. Although maybe it's less about like normie versus uber nerd and more about like idiot versus like well-adjusted normal human being. Because I didn't play any of those games for boys because I was a girl. Yep. I'm just spitballing. I just don't really have a good explanation. You were deep in another culture? Yeah. It's interesting to see someone's worldview based on memes, based on your own lived experience. So you're saying I'm a LARPer. I'm like a LARPer of the highest caliber. I'm LARP, Sahur. Ah! Normal girl. No. I'm saying that you were all normal by comparison to myself. I kind of was a LARPer, hardcore though, because I didn't have any consoles. So I was like watching the Left 4 Dead 2 zombie yaoi videos and being like, I understand perfectly. Your window to a different generation's brain cells. I see. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts, honestly. The only Kingdom Hearts game I played was Birth by Sleep, and I managed to glean basically the context of every other game just from like yaoi fanfics. I feel like this is normie in a certain context. Yeah. Like, the minute you playing Left 4 Dead 2, it's like, oh my god, I know that zombie from yaoi. Well then, didn't I pull up the video too? And it was a bunch of other stuff. It was like the game Bully. That person was Fujoing everything. They had the Fujo goggles on tight. Actually, they had the Fujo contacts in. Impossible to remove. You also say words in a really funny order. I don't know if it's intentionally funny, which turns calories into the funniest arrangements of words. I'll take that. I'll take it. You are like a TikTok Jujutsu Kaisen fan. So I am LARP so war. I start making wiggly edits of me. I don't know what that means though. It's kind of true they cooked you? Oof. What does that mean? Owned, I'm afraid? What's up? How come you guys all know what this means? The fact that you guys all know what this means and are all shonen Jujutsu Kaisen watchers actually speaks a lot more about you guys than me. Absorbing the series through memes and fan-made content. Wait, no, that's not fair. I pioneered that. That's not the Jujutsu Kaisen fans thing. That's the Ashton Martin thing. They're co-opting my bit. I gleaned the context of Kingdom Hearts from DeviantArt MPreg fanfics 20 years ago. Is it just a TikTok fan like 2012 Kiss anime watcher? No, I feel like they aren't even like opening up the website because they're afraid of getting viruses. No, that's my bit actually. I've gotten sick of that though because, well, now I have like access to so much more than I did as a kid. But like, I feel like personally, the bar to with anime, it's so annoying because it's like the bar to being considered a fan is so low. All you have to do is sit there with your eyes open and watch and listen. Like, all you have to do is consume, and people won't even do that. I'm trying to move past my LARP-sona. It's like they don't read, they don't watch, they just talk about the series based on what they see others talk about. Everything old is new. Exactly. And so the wheel turns. The recent watch it through shorts thing is like Invincible or The Boys. I low-key was watching Invincible through shorts. I was watching Invincible through shorts because I just couldn't bear to watch it with how bad the animation was. But I did actually watch The Boys. I did actually watch The Boys. And in fact, we can talk about that. We can pivot to Boys spoilers. Because we finished The Boys Season 5 in the Discord on, was it Thursday night? Friday night? And it wasn't good. But what's weird is that, like, The Boys has, like, kind of not been good for a while. So it didn't really bug me that the ending wasn't very good. See, I don't get the excuse me sir thing because, again, I'm a LARPer, so I've never read the really bad comic version of The Boys. She spoils The Boys every stream, am I right? Exactly. You're the one who really gets it. Is it okay to discuss Boys spoilers if everyone watches it through shorts? Yes, because if everyone watched the Boys through shorts, then they would have been spoiled like immediately, within 24 hours. Immediate spoils. I did read the whole comic, so I sort of skipped the show. I definitely, well, people were saying that the show was higher quality than the comic, but I feel like that's only to a degree because it definitely, like, at the end, you know, really crapped the bed at the end of the run, but that was sort of expected. But I think the biggest thing is, even though it had like a sort of anticlimactic, like, unsatisfying ending, I already expected it to have an anticlimactic, unsatisfying ending. So when I look back at my time watching The Boys, it's mostly bookended with all the really funny memes that came from it. And so I really like The Boys. I think of it really fondly. I think the dialogue in the show finale last battle was way funnier than the comic. So you read the manga? Don't even, because I almost said manga just now talking about the comic. Clearly I'm totally vindicated, like when I skipped Game of Thrones. Yeah. Talking more about nerd stuff that I'm not privy to the context of. Making you guys feel more normie every single day. I only expect in the anime, you guys. I expect in the anime so hard that I'm watching just straight doo-doo from my butt this season. What anime is that, you ask? All of them. Except for Witch Hat Atelier. Most of them. Comics didn't have the deep actors' facial expressions. Yeah, I think, honestly, if you skip The Boys just because you read the... I almost said manga again, holy shit. Just because you read the comic, I think you're genuinely missing out because there are so many characters. The acting in The Boys is so good. I mean, there's definitely people that kind of suck at acting in The Boys, other main characters, but you know, I think they're just sort of like phoning it in because they don't care. But then there are some actors where it's like, they are so fucking good. Like, The Deep is amazing, and Homelander's really good, even though he is like also very scary. Like his micro expressions, the way he like twitches like the corners of his eyes or his mouth is like so masterful. So they're both really good. I also really love Sister Sage. She's amazing in like every scene. I mean, unfortunately, her character is like terribly written, basically. But Sage is awesome. She needs to watch Avatar instead of random isekai. That's the other thing. I never spec'd into Avatar. But all this talk of the new movie kind of got me interested in watching. And then when I brought it up last time, everyone was like, you gotta watch Avatar, Ashton. I'm good with just watching Homelander GIFs. I swear having the context improves it sometimes. You know what my new favorite GIF is? That one GIF of, I don't remember his name. Because I feel like they said his name like one single time. Daveed Diggs, you know that actor? Daveed Diggs is... The Boys GIF. Allfather, yeah, so there's Allfather, it's from the final season, Allfather, Homelander, and The Deep. This GIF is so fucking funny. like the how do I describe this? The social ripples that the boys had has retroactively improved my opinion of it. Because watching it sucked a lot of the time and like pissed me off and made me like roll my eyes and sigh. But then there's so many funny like isolated moments that are like just imagine posting this when somebody that annoys you joins a Discord call. Like, can you imagine the euphoria? This is like impossible to counteract too. It's just like the, well, I've already drawn myself as the Chad and you as the Soy Jack, so I've won this conversation. It's so fucking funny! I love this gif so much. Join our Discord, we got annoying people. Actually, on the topic of that specific statement, I had a group meet and greet at MomoCon today, which is a convention in Atlanta, Georgia. This gif is so funny. This gif kills me. Did you see the gif of Butcher opening up a Minecraft chest with a crowbar? No, but I saw somebody green screen the scene of Butcher with the crowbar, and then somebody quote retweeted it and then said, somebody's gonna green screen him opening up a Minecraft chest. So I'd love to see the actual Minecraft chest version. But yes, there's an anime convention this weekend called MomoCon that was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I did a sort of last minute meet and greet. Well, last minute in that I announced it last minute. And then also last minute in that it was literally the last hour of the con on Sunday. So we shut the place down. Woo! And, oh, it's in general. Yay! And it has a true inside! Oh my god, it can't get better than this. And it has a true inside. That's beautiful. There's so much stuff happening this weekend. I know! So much stuff happening this weekend. And I had a meet and greet at MomoCon. And so many people came by, which I was super happy about. I felt bad because everyone was like, I didn't know this was happening. Okay, people said like one of three things. In fact, most people said all three things, actually. But each conversation had at least one of these. It was, I didn't know this was happening, but I decided to stay to talk to you anyway. Or I didn't know this was happening until like a couple hours ago. It's too bad that it was so late on Sunday, but I stayed anyway, which is very nice. I never thought you'd be so tall? Question mark? That isn't one of the things I was saying. And then the second thing was, they'd mention specifically, Holiday Matsuri when Mimi and Barry and I all had our collab. Like, literally everyone came up to me and was like, that collab was so awesome, that's how I found out about you. Or they say something like that, and it's like, really, that's how you found out about me? And there was a ton of iBoos that showed up because of that, and they all mentioned the Holiday Matsuri stream where I was like wrestling everybody and stuff. It was please collab more. I wanna. Well, off collabs are really difficult to coordinate, but... So, it being last minute was mentioned, and I actually don't think there was three things. I set this scenario up incorrectly. My brain's sort of scatterbrained today. When hasn't it been scatterbrained today? Recently, not today. When hasn't it been scatterbrained recently? I don't know what it is, but I want to be like MRI'd while I'm live streaming someday, because you don't have to Asher51 love me just because I'm like whining a little. This is all my own fault, and I don't know what it is. Whenever I hit go live, my brain like starts to tingle. The 1.25x caffeine tempo. I'm not sure it's related to the caffeine. But I want to get an MRI while I'm live streaming someday to realize like which synapses are firing that's causing this like bizarre like bleh feeling. I guess I wouldn't be able to do that. It probably would affect it probably would affect the connection, huh? They gotta have the tech to do that now, right? But I'm not sure. Maybe if I like got myself all dolled up and ready for an MRI and got my brain scanned during a stream because of the extenuating circumstances with having to be in a hospital, maybe it would change the output. Passion brainwaves versus lime gel. You guys have been making so many references today that I don't understand. But anyway, the reason why I brought up this meet and greet is because somebody in the meet and greet said, I joined your May the 4th be with you Star Wars movie watching. And I was really surprised that everyone was unmuted in the stream, like in the Discord call, because typically in VTuber Discords, everyone but the VTuber is server muted and like can't talk except for posting in a like voice chat channel. And they were like, I was really shocked by that because that's very abnormal for a VTuber. But then they said it was really nice at the end when the movie ended and everyone was like discussing and stuff. But it is so funny. You guys do what? It's just never been a thing that I do. Everybody can just yap for better or for worse. And it's kind of fun to be like, whoops, shut up! We're very well behaved. Yes, that is what they said. They were like, I'm surprised that nobody... Well, I think, if I recall, actually they like phrased it like, why do you do that when you know that there's a possibility that somebody can come in and like start shouting expletives? But I guess to me, first of all, that's never been like an issue. And second of all, it's not like I'm live streaming, so that can't give me... The only reason people are like weird about people joining VC while you're live streaming or like being in games with like peer-to-peer talking and stuff, VoIP, I believe. Yeah, it's not a stream. So like that's the only reason why people are like worried about other people talking on their stream, because they're gonna say like slurs and expletives that get you banned. But that doesn't get you banned on Discord. It only gets you banned from my Discord, which I can do manually if you start shouting slurs in the VC. But I think beyond that, it's kind of like a low how do I describe it? It's like a low it's fine because we just pull them apart limb from limb. Exactly. Low risk. My brain really isn't working today. Ashton just shouts the expletives first. Yep. You don't want to know what happens to those guys. Maybe there is a failsafe like that already that I'm just not aware of, and my mods take care of it. They take them out back and draw and core to them. It's just low impact, like you do it, now what? Yeah, then you just get banned. Or it's like... I think actually what I'm more afraid of, not to put any funny ideas in people's heads, what I'm more afraid of is the idea of like getting like gore spammed. You know, that's the thing. The psionic waves prevent any funny business. They actually prevent funny business too well because I'm not funny like live on stream, and this is the exact moment that I need to. Why am I making the despair faces? I feel like that's a really normal thing to be afraid of. Because if you have like a Discord link that's available, no silly ideas, okay? But yeah, that's the thing that happens where they get raided. VTuber Discords get raided and get a bunch of scary stuff posted. And then they get hacked and stuff. Ugh. Ugh, reminders of ancient times on the internet. You remember Gudo Spamu? I don't know what that is, but I have seen that one GIF with the anime girl in the in the laser torture machine. Does Discord sort of check photos and censor them? I'm pretty sure they do. So I guess I don't really know how it happens to begin with. Actually, I know for a fact they do, because one time I tried to send a photo to somebody and it was like mostly all pink and skin colored. And I think that they thought it was like a bad picture. They thought I was sending somebody like a nude image. I tried making a meme about the ThinkPad nipple and Discord really didn't like that. Yeah, so they have kind of like a low tolerance for it, but it happens nonetheless. Road? Michael Saylor Bitcoin Bull Rush confirmed. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'll confirm it. Stamp of approval. I don't know what that means, but... Eclipse art sometimes annoyingly. But yeah, that was a funny thing that got mentioned today. Specifically about how, like, the pit crew aren't annoying and abusive of the open mic. How nice. I'm praising you guys for your ability to stay civil. Because if I praise you now and then you go back on it, it's going to make me very sad. It's going to make me very sad if you guys start acting out in the Discord VC. Holy shit, you said bye now? Wait, I actually don't know what that means. Did I accidentally say something that's gonna get clipped and then used in an ad? You're gonna turn my voice into AI and sell stuff with it? I don't want to make you very sad, thank you. You were such a conscientious pit crew. What's the word I was thinking of? It's the word that I always forget, you guys. And it's not acquiesce. It's the same word. There's something in my brain that forgets it. Concession! Of course my mod remembers it. I cannot remember the word concession while I'm live on stream. Actually, my brain does work in very bizarre ways, if you guys haven't noticed that already. Case in point being... like the popcorn stand. Wait, I should remember it like that. Because from now on I'll be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, where they sell popcorn, and you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Remember this moment. What was I saying? My brain works in really weird ways. I was talking to somebody recently about like my content. You know, I think it would be really good to invest in like YouTube. I want to make, you know, you guys have tossed around the idea of like long plays, let's plays, offline stuff, because I also think that would probably help me like use my brain faster. There's just something about the performance of being in front of so many pit crew that I think it can like cause your brain to fart a little bit sometimes. And so I'd been considering that, and so I was talking to somebody about, you know, content. And the content that I already do, you know, trying to think of like what might be good to play for these long plays, let's plays, offline stuff, etc, etc. And also like my theory videos, ooh, and maybe like shorts and stuff. But we got to talking about the stuff that I usually stream, and then I got into the like, okay, well, I mostly do retro, but I don't want to be too hard on the retro because there's modern games that I really like, and also like I'm making my way through retro series like Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid, so like even though I started with the retro ones, I'm working my way through, so I'm gonna get to the non-retro ones eventually, but they still count because I played through the old ones, so those count. And then like I play Deadlock sometimes because, you know, like there's a real justification, but if I had to find a justification as a retro streamer, it's because like Valve is like like, you know, an important historical video game company, and a Deadlock has like a retro aesthetic anyway, and I only play Mario Kart and Mother on Sundays. And they were like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever fucking heard. I only play JRPGs, RPGs, etc. in Mario Kart on Sunday. And this is like a person who understands like the algorithm and content creation. And they were like, literally nobody has said that before. I've never had anybody that only plays a certain game on a certain day. It's more the content friend rating. You guys are getting hung up on the wrong part. That was all just the set dressing to this part. And I didn't realize it was so weird. It's the Lord Mario's day. But I guess my justification is like, Sunday feels like such a relaxed day. It doesn't feel like a big ticket item day. And it feels like a slower day. I actually never looked at the analytics or whatever. And so in my mind, it's like the best day to play slower games. So like, I guess Mario Kart doesn't really count. That's just like a weird quirk of mine. But like JRPGs, like they tend to not be accessible to people who have missed the previous streams. And so they like naturally have like less pull, I guess, than other games. And they're sort of like isolating of some viewers. And so I think like if there's gonna be any day that I do that, it should be Sunday. Which I'm not sure if the logic is sound, but it was so weird hearing that from somebody who like understands algorithms and stuff, being like, yeah, I've never fucking heard that ever. I've never heard that logic ever. So I guess I'm just quirky. Counter-Strike Thursday. Well, today is Stoat Sunday, then there's Martin Monday. I agree with the explanation you gave in Discord, like it's objectively correct. It could help with viewership retention. I feel like it matters so little. I don't care what influences you at all. I don't know. I'm just like a creature of habit. I think that's just like a weird. Everything else is just like a justification for a decision that I made. It wasn't like I made the decision based on the justification. I made the decision to only play JRPGs on Sunday, and I've had to like fill in the blanks, right? Like, you know, working backwards. Like, Weasel Wednesday, but what about Tuesday? Stoat Sunday, Martin Monday, Weasel Wednesday. I worked backwards. It's kind of like The Boys, actually, where it's like, well, the season 5 is the last season, and yeah, the thing that we did to like end the show makes no fucking sense and is like a bullshit ass pull, and in any other season would have been easily counteracted, and we would have just had to continue on the battle. But because it's the final season, we have to wrap it up, so it'll work this time. I think that's the main issue with The Boys, is that, well, the show's gotta end, so this one's gonna work. Even though this is like our worst idea, an idea that in any other season would have been easily countered by the enemies. It's gotta work, so it does. I just like to work backwards. It's Sunday, a day of rest from your concept. Exactly. Titmouse Tuesdays? That's a bird! But there might be something there. Because so far, there's only been mustelids. Stoat Sunday, Martin Monday, Weasel Wednesday. Those are all mustelids. Maybe like Otter Tuesday, or no, Thursday? Thursday? It has mouse in the name, it has to count on a technicality. No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't count on a technicality. It has mouse in the name because it has stolen rodent valor. Actually, I just remembered a new phrase that I'm gonna be super fucking annoying with you guys about. Once I have a moment to use it, my brain will make the connections and you guys will know exactly what word it is. Tapir Tuesday? No! That's even farther! Capybara someday? Someday. Taira? What's a Taira? I've always thought you should do whatever regardless of day and if it's retro. You're already really retro in terms of just the stream itself. Is it? Taira's a mustelid? Wait a second, is that true? I have the GIF open still. I'm surprised that none of you guys have been like, what did you just say? Can you say that word again? Hee about GIF. Everyone gets on me about it all the time. We've moved on. Taira. Taira animal. Whoa, that thing is freaky. But I'll take it. Taira Tuesday. Oh my god, this thing is so freaky. What the hell? It looks like a guy. This looks like a dude that works at Radio Shack. What the? Viscacha Wednesday? I think Weasel Wednesday's best. Ugh. Him. He has that guy. Earlier I posted on Twitter because I wanted to find artists. I said ISO artist with a simple cutesy art style. And a lot of the people replying are replying with chibis. But I didn't say chibi. I said simple and cutesy. And so I feel bad because there's a lot of really good chibi artists that are replying to me. But it's like, is that chibi? I need something else. I'll keep in mind for other chibi stuff though. Chibis are cute. You should have specified non-chibi. I feel like I specified non-chibi by not saying chibi. You know? I feel bad because it's like, Ojamaho Rin, who is somebody that worked at Oshikombini and it makes this really cute art, and they also did the art for virtual vacation postcards. It's like, I love your art, but it's chibis. Oh, I guess I should have specified. Can't specify non-chibi, now it would be wrong from the implication. Can't forget Jerbo and Jorb's Day. Ah, yes, yes. Are you shy chilling Buddha because you're throwing your name into the ring? You're throwing your hat in? I guess how many cute chibi artists are applying? I should have specified. I thought it was specific enough though. Weh. I should look through these artists. Weh. Buns is sending faces too. Alright, I'll have to compare all my options. Chibis are intricate? Exactly. So technically that goes against the cutesy and simple request. So... Sorry, I saw a funny... I saw another funny The Boys gif. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Oh, you know what? Earlier too, I think I teased something. Whoa. We're getting raid! Shortcake Snake, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. My name is Esther Martin. I'm the roller rodent race queen of VTuber Racing. The reply from Daddy Dear Post has some real cute art. Daddy. Well, all the art is really cute. And I'm so happy too that I posted a picture. I feel like I've not had a lot of success in trying to find artists through Twitter posts before, so this was my first time trying to post a picture instead of posting a message that like bots will reply to, and so like all the people that are replying are like real. What? Daddy's art is so cute. I don't think I've seen this artist before. All the art replies to this is so cute. Also, Shortcake Snake, hello. Sorry, I sort of got off topic, but my name is Ashley Martin, the roller rodent race queen of VTuber Racing. Welcome, welcome. What about Melt Ted? I've counted them for chibis, but they also do simple plus full proportion. I'll have to see. Well, there's another part of it that I left out, which is needs to be like a fast turnaround because I am... Oh, I do like this artist. They have a really cute style. Because I'm doing everything last minute, like usual. Your model is so cute. Thank you, thank you. I made the mistake of asking for artist suggestions on Twitter once. Lol, never again. The spam was instant from bots. It's actually even worse, Hot Tungsten, too, when you're a VTuber, because yeah, they're not even necessarily bots. I just don't like this sort of like cold calling. But what'll happen is if you've ever posted a link to your Discord and you type like, oh, I'm looking for an artist that does so and so and so, there will be like immediate instant 100 bot replies, and then bots will find your Discord link and then join your Discord. If you guys have ever gotten like a cold call message from somebody in my Discord, it's almost certainly because I've posted like, hey, I'm looking for an artist that does blank blank blank, and then they join my Discord. And sometimes they just like lay in wait. Most of the time they'll join the art channel and then be like, here's my work, and then like try and like friend me to be able to message me directly on Discord and stuff. I've been so many. Yeah. And I feel bad too, because I feel bad when like the random pit crew member who doesn't ever talk, because there's a lot of members in my server that are not quite chatty as other people. This is why I don't allow messages from people on public Discords, like message requests. I've gotten a couple friend requests since joining. Please tell me who they are, Castle Doctrine Jr. Because I don't think. I mean, I think it's an issue on a lot of VTuber discords, but like, I think a lot of you guys are like too nice, and you never say like, "Hey, I'm getting DMs from so and so." I feel bad whenever there's like a Pit Crew member that like doesn't ever message, but they're in the server and they're like, "Oh, I got a mysterious message from somebody. Who should I talk to about this?" It's like, you guys have to like tell us when the bots are messaging you, please. Did you meet Pit Crew lurkers at the meet and greet today? I did meet some lurkers. In fact, the one person that mentioned the May the 4th be with you Star Wars marathon that we had was a bit of a lurker, and dressed as Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. And I went, "Leon!" But they didn't comment. They didn't comment on me going, "Leon!" I feel like I'm pretty good at that, actually. I hadn't tried to do it before earlier, but I think I have just the right squeaky voice to imitate Mousley. It comes with the species. You know how it is. But yes, I met a lot of cool Pit Crew members and a lot of Ibus. And I think mostly it was people who are fans of me, but in other communities, which is okay. I sort of have this like perversion. I don't think it's a perversion. That's not the right word. But sometimes I'm sort of aware that there isn't a huge Southern Pit Crew. Oh wait, Solo Man, weren't you at my meet and greet today? I'm aware that there isn't like a huge Southern presence of Pit Crew. You know, I understand like where I've got a lot of Midwestern Pit Crew, I've got quite a few Canadian Pit Crew, and I know that if I give like ample warning that more people would show up and stuff. But sometimes I sort of like getting like a natural, how do I phrase this? I sort of like it when it's like a last minute meet and greet, and then I can just like naturally see how many people exist in an area that like otherwise wouldn't have made the trek to go there across the country just to go to a single meet and greet, which I would never recommend that you do, by the way, FYI. Just because there's an Aston Martin meet and greet does not mean you need to show up at the convention, okay? So I'm looking out for your guys' wallets by announcing all these last minute meet and greets, okay? She's so tired of the consoles. No, I'm not! No, I'm not. I'm just trying to look out for you guys when you won't look out for yourselves. Yeah, it's like a population survey, like some kind of researcher, right? Like, I think it's kind of interesting of like, oh, well, nobody showed up to this. That's not true. Most of the time, people show up. But there are definitely moments where it's like, definitely parts of the country where I'm like, I don't think there's that many Pit Crew around here. And it's interesting. I don't take it personally because, you know, can't be like super uber well-known everywhere. And like I said, I'm sort of like an anthropologist about it. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. It's just like a census to me. That's a silly idea. Who would fly out to a con just to go to a meet and greet? But yeah, so there's lots of Ibus, there was lots of Dormies, there was lots of Bug Bros. Hopefully they also consider themselves Pit Crew also, but nonetheless, we're still very interesting to chat with. And I'm very happy that they ended up staying so late, because by the end of my meet and greet, they were already like breaking down the con. It was like 20 minutes before the con was supposed to be over, and everybody started taking down their booths and stuff. So if you're ever in Arizona, you gotta let me know, although I know it's a long shot. I don't think it's a long shot. It's not a long shot, Reflow Max, for me to show up at any con. And I will try and give more express notice. I was so nervous at last year's MomoCon meet and greet. That's always so silly to me. Like, I wonder, oh, you know who was at the meet and greet today? J-Call. I know some Pit Crew members by their voices because they've joined the VC for movies and games historically and stuff. There was a few Pit Crew that I definitely recognized from previous meet and greets, previous interactions and stuff. Yes, and he has a strong accent. And I wonder if J-Call is in chat. Perhaps they're still doing anime convention stuff. I was kind of surprised that it ended today because tomorrow's a national holiday too. AZ had some VTuber events going on this year. It was pretty cool. Actually, I got invited to do a cup sleeve event at like a boba tea place in Arizona. I ended up turning it down because even though I'd really like to do a cup sleeve event someday, I just felt like I think I only know like now I only know one pit crew who lives in Arizona, and if it was like custom art only for the cup sleeve event, I think that like a lot of my pit crew would be kind of pissed. Would be kind of pissed that it was at some like random boba tea place in Arizona. Momo is the weekend before Memorial Day. No, it's Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. So I would like to do a cup sleeve event, but I would like to do it like during a more... It was also like during a like random weekend, like non-con weekend. So like a cup sleeve event in New York during the weekend of ANYC, or like a cup sleeve event in LA during the weekend of Anime Expo, you know? That would've been so weird. I think it's really cool though that like these places can allow for there to be those sorts of events anyway. I even think that there was an event... Wasn't there an event like in the Chicagoland area too for a VTuber? Was it VTuber related or... I can't recall now. But I'm happy that they can sort of just happen wherever, and that these like chain boba tea places are willing to be like, okay, sure. I think it's super cool. It's crazy how many pit crew you meet all around the country in UK. Do you mean like me? How many I meet? I think it is crazy. There's a Holostars one, and there's an indie one, and another Holostars one coming up. Really? Like in the Chicagoland area? I feel like that's such an odd combination. But that's what I mean. It's like fans will congregate where you make the space for them to congregate in. Yes. I think it's super cool that I get to meet so many people through the cons. I love being a part of them. Even if I get put in the final slot of the final day of the convention. Someday Ashton Martin will be a big ticket event. Saturday at prime time. Ashton collab beverage and it's just hot chocolate. I feel like Ashton collab beverage could be so many things though. The indie one next month is Mint Maya, Sugi, and Ichikamaya. Where is it? I would really like to be part of a cup sleeve event. Ashton Martin at the Super Bowl halftime. Primetime Chilla. And then I can have like a little 50s housewife outfit. Because prime time, you know? Ashton Martin on the Sphere? If only it didn't cost $1 billion to advertise on it. I'd put myself on the Sphere once a week for the rest of time. With the number of engineered chillas, it's sooner gonna be a McMaster car collab or something. Wait, I think that'd be fucking hilarious. That'd be hilarious to just have like a random ass like Milwaukee Power Tools collab. Mint my... I'm gonna look this up real quick. Please, please, please. Yeah, it's gotta be Milwaukee, not DeWalt. Would you sing the anthem at a sports game if you were invited? I would, but I'm not sure I'd be able to deal with the backlash. I would definitely not hit the nose. People would start booing and throwing tomatoes at me. Would the Aston Martin Power Tool be bright purple or magenta? I would think it would be bright... Oh, I guess probably like... Ultra buff construction bros wouldn't buy it if it was bright pink. But I feel like bright pink would be good because then it's like super visible. But purple I feel like you can play off as for both gender. It would be green. No, it wouldn't be green. Actually, I just was fucking enraging myself about the green shit again today. I was watching Densetsu EXE's We Are Densetsu MVPs. I'm pretty sure that's the name of their song. I was just watching their music video because it's their image colors are pink and green and blue, okay? Pink and green and blue. Pink for Phoebe, green for Mint, blue for Victoria Roman. And you guys know what they all look like, right? You guys know what they all look like. I was pissing myself watching it earlier because all of them, actually, all of them. Mint is the most like mint green of them all. But Phoebe, her dress is green. Her dress is green, her hair is brown, pink is an accent color, and her color is pink. And everybody knows that Phoebe's color is pink. But then when they see me, when people see me, they go, I think her image color is green. Why? That pisses me off so bad. You guys don't understand anything about idol accent colors! Phoebe was completely pink for years. Okay, touche! But she isn't now. It's green, and that's the thing, it's not even green! It's not even green. It's grand. I'm distracting myself. Okay, this is an image for ants. Excuse me. Look! And see, even the people that were saying, okay, Victoria Roman's image color, it's blue. That might be anomalous because then you guys are saying red. You know what you guys weren't fucking saying? You know what color you weren't saying is her image color? Yellow, the color of her hair. Oh, how curious! How curious! You're able to make a distinguishment between the two other accent colors in her outfit that aren't her hair color. But not for Aston Martin! Watching Aston Martin work herself up into a tip like the dog's getting riled up before bed. But it's always you guys doing like your little micro movements, you know, like riling the dog up. That's because she's blonde. That's a normal looking hair color. I have a normal looking hair color. I have a completely normal looking hair color. She has a blue vibe. Even that I don't agree with. You were highlighter colored? Well, so was every other color on my body. It's just normal. Imagine if I had like a normal hair color mixed with this insanely caustic pink and purple. Actually, that's a funny thing that somebody showed a picture to Oscar, who was running the meet and greets today. The Oscar. They showed a picture of him at a previous meet and greet at Off-Kai Expo, and it's like fucking messed up how bad I look. On like a normal meet and greet TV. The meet and greet at MomoCon went super well in the way that it was set up. I really like how it was a projector on a screen, and I don't look like highlighter yellow. I don't look like nuclear colored. Here. Ah! I'm scooching myself around. What the heck? I shouldn't be able to do that. You guys, we need to add in... So there's a lot of like stuff for VTubers to do prior to like meet and greets and stuff, where they have like, oh, you have to set up your OBS this way, you have to set up your VTube studio this way, and then send it to me this way, and yada yada, and then turn it portrait mode, and then etc etc. I need the booths that are hosting these meet and greets to do some fucking setup on their TVs, okay? Because I look like I'm under a black light. I look like I'm about to play laser tag. Some of this is gonna be on you guys from now on. I'm gonna start putting them on the spot, like, oh, am I gonna be on a TV? Oh, have you color balanced me? Do I not look fucking nuclear? Can you make it so that my hair doesn't look like it's made of uranium, please? My other checkies, your hair is radioactive. I'd like if it wasn't like that. I'd like it to be balanced enough that makes it look like I'm actually there. I don't want to be a digital girl. I want to be sitting there next to my pit crew. Also, Mojave Wasteland, their Blind Mother 3 playthrough from a creator I don't know. This is fucking awesome. Yes, hello! Sorry, I'm currently in the middle of my yap part of my stream, but I promise we'll get to Mother 3. I'm currently on the monkey part. The uranium look is pretty rad though, like a neon idol. Whoa. I think you maybe just gave me a really good idea, Callie. That could be like an awesome live idea. You know, like that one part in the KDA music video where they're on the train? And it's like glow-in-the-dark mask. Chapter 3? Oh, I need to STFU for real, for real. Yes, no spoilers. I don't know anything that happens in Mother 3. I didn't even realize there was gonna be a fucking monkey. But that could be cool. A neon idea, a neon vibe. Hmm. Bro, I beat Mother 3 12 years ago. Bro, it's so late. Well, when did Mother 3 come out? Mother 3 release. 2006? Okay, 12 years ago was... 2005? 2006? It was 2006. So if Bro beat Mother 3 12 years ago, and Mother 3 released in 2006, then I would say Bro was also late. So, checkmate. Can't be getting on me about being late to the party. I've let it age. It's like a fine wine. It'll become better with time, probably. I'm sure it's gonna be even better for you guys to watch all the twists and turns be revealed, because I'm literally completely blind about this. Going in completely blind. I'm 100% in the dark. I have literally no idea what happens in this. In fact, the only thing I knew was that, like, it's going to be sad. The ominous blank mod message on YT. Was there a blank mod message? Scary. Oh, wait, yeah. Why is it blank? She is blue like Sonic. Wait, somebody said that earlier on YouTube and I missed it. What does it mean? What does it mean, you guys? Oh, wow. I'm such a creeper. Like, looking at your guys' YouTube profile pictures. What is that? Weird. Wait, I have the hiccups now. My hiccups always go away whenever I hold my breath until it feels like I'm about to pass out. Oh, somebody on YouTube spoiled something. The masked man is Ness. Alright, we're gonna kill you, bro. The masked man is Sans! That's not true, don't worry. We're all the masked man. Well, yeah, people are starting to spoil stuff now. Maybe it is time to just get started. This is the problem with having a nice slow chat and also being such an amazing attentive streamer. I read all the messages, including all the evil ones. But I guess most streamers will do that anyway. In fact, they pinpoint the evil ones like Germa. Can I wear a disguise to the next meet and greet? Okay. And such a humble streamer too. And of course, of course. Noblesse oblige. It's my duty to be conscientious and kind to those of lower status than I. As Aston Martin, the roller rodent race queen, of course. We gotta start one guying you more. More! I get one guy so much already. Fuck. I can't handle anymore. Actually, you know what I've got on the mind recently? You know what I've got in the mind recently? Chili's skillet cookie, molten lava cake, caramel chocolate syrup drizzle, vanilla ice cream with a chocolate crispy shell. Dessert. Woo. Woo. Oh, there's a new dessert at Chili's that I keep getting TikToks of, and it makes me feel fat watching. It makes me feel like my blood sugar spikes just like watching videos of it. Like it literally makes my entire mouth fill up with saliva. I start salivating. Chili's is a deep fried. Genius. We gotta get the CEO on the line. I just thought back to the Strong Bad email with Chokozuma's revenge in it. Am I just like a walking, talking Homestar Runner character? I think it's funny earlier too, and I don't know if he's still here. Shindigs was talking about how like whenever I say like random combinations of words, it's like insight into a different generation's brain and mindset, and grindset and whatnot. It does sound like one of those fake cartoon desserts they always bring up. My buddy Eric had one of those when they didn't finish it, they put him in the fryer. Fried Eric. That's what I'll do. I'll go to Chili's and order a side of fried Eric, and my main will be the skillet cookie molten lava cake with chocolate and caramel syrup with a vanilla ice cream on top with chocolate shell. When are you playing Poker Night at the Inventory? I think I might also be playing that tomorrow. Is there anything you're not playing tomorrow? Nope. Actually, I'm not sure that it's a different gambling game. And Castlevania. The longest stream ever. And Bioshock, you guys. I'm gonna finally bring it back and finish it once and for all, so you guys can never harass me about not finishing Bioshock. What's another game? There's certainly games that I played years ago on stream and then never finished. You guys remember them? Besides Bioshock. Hades? Hades was a redeemed game, so I was only required to play it once. Celeste was a redeemed game, so I was only required to play it once. Yakuza 0, I have not yet ever played. What was that? 1K bits. Castle Doctrine Jr.? What's this for? She's going full time. Yep. Full time as in non-stop, the stream never ends. Oh, Bloodborne. Tears of the Kingdom! That's right, I didn't even finish Tears of the Kingdom, like, normally, though. Oh. I didn't even finish Tears of the Kingdom off stream. Would you guys kill me if I wanted to play Subnautica 2? Also, it's not, Poker Night at the Inventory. Is that the name of the game? It's... What is it? I'm not sure when the stream will be, but it'll probably be later. Gambling with friends. Okay, so it's just like a friend slap game. But a new friend slap game. Gambling with friends. What? Gamble with your friends. Oh yes. Similar to Lethal Company and Repo. Are you one of the Zelda purists? No, not a Zelda purist. Tears of the Kingdom is just that bad. That does look really fun. I haven't heard anything about it, but I got invited to a collab. And when I'm not playing Blops tomorrow, I'll be playing Gamble with your friends. I'm gonna have like the real, true soldier experience on the battlefield, and then like what will be the rest of my life in the shitty casino with my friends, selling parts of my body to break even. Yamo with your friends is such an odd game to watch. Is it? I've never watched it. I hadn't even heard of it until I got... Oh, it's 6-player co-op. For some reason, I thought it had 10 people co-op. But yes, that is something that I'll be doing tomorrow. Gonna finish looking at that one Baki amputee meme. I made that joke before you. Finally, I am funnier than my chat. When do you think you're gonna watch the Defunct Land, or are you doing it on your own? Ooh, I forgot about that. Is it good? Has anybody watched the Defunct Land? I thought of that one before you! Perhaps they are more similar than you thought. I think it's more like a, you know, like streamer, like chat sort of situation. +2 for Ashton. And I'm gonna say it during the collab tomorrow and make everybody laugh! And then once there's like a collab group chat started for it that we're all gonna Discord call in, I'm gonna send it there too, and everyone's gonna giggle at my joke. I'm preloading my jokes. It's kind of more similar to old Defunct Land. Yay! I like old Defunct Land. Well, I've always liked Defunct Land. And I like his documentary style videos too. But the only thing that I didn't like that Defunct Land made in recent history was the history of Epcot. Just because it was too... It was like just about the history of Epcot, which isn't very like... It's not very unknown. And it was presented pretty interestingly, like the way that it was edited and whatnot. But yeah, it was all information that I already knew, which I know I'm a Disney adult, so maybe the pedestrian Disney fan or Defunct Land watcher didn't know all that information. But, you know, I don't know anything about the stuff that he made the newest video about, so I find it really interesting about Branson, Missouri. Yeah. The new one is kind of just video essay. Tried and true, baby. I liked his old video essays about the Garfield Dark Ride. I like the video essays about Action Park. Some new ones are kind of too abstract. Yeah, actually his series on automatons, I'm like... They're like fine. Like I don't really think that there's like a thesis to them. You know, and I'm not sure... Sometimes too, I'm not really sure I see the through line behind like super old automatons and like a modern day Olaf that walks around Shanghai Disneyland, you know? Like, I understand, like, he makes it very clear, like, he goes from, like, one thing to another. I just felt that the automaton video he made was, like, I don't know. But yes, I loved... If you guys haven't seen the Disney Channel... Although I think the important thing about the Disney Channel one is that you have to remember what the Disney Channel jingle is. Do you know what it is? Next, they should do the Dells. Bricky did a bit on them too. There's so much to do with the Dells too. You could even do... There was this one place too called Paradise Landing that we went to... My family went to when I was a kid and my sister pooped in the pool. We should do a video on that. But I love the Music Mystery one. That's what I remember about it. I remember Paradise Landing. It was like a family affair. So it was my parents, me, my sibling, and my grandparents. And I remember 3 things. My sister pooped in the pool and somehow managed to get away from the poop. And so there was just like a floating poop that they weren't able to attach to any specific child. So he didn't get kicked out. And my Oppa almost died going down one of the water slides because he flipped over in 4 feet of water and then started to freak out and flail around. And so we were on thin ice at that point. We were on thin ice at that point, so I can only imagine what the poop would have done. And then I also remember in the gift shop, I bought a plush toy. And I'm pretty sure I had like an introducing you guys to my plush toys hand cam stream last year sometime. Or maybe it was during my donathon. I can't recall exactly. But one of the plush toys that I introduced to you during that was the plush toy that I got at Paradise Landing in the Wisconsin Dells. Is it the Wisconsin Dells? I think it is. You have so many crazy stories about your sister. I wonder what stuff she has to say about you. Nothing. Nothing at all, probably. That's like a sitcom episode where they go to the pools. Right? It was pre-donathon. Out to dinner and YouTube is loading better. If you're out to dinner, you should just eat your dinner. I guess I was trying to lead up and be like, what? Focus on the meal with your partner. But I'm assuming that you're not out at the Opa B plot. Yeah, it could be made into a sitcom. There was lots of experiences like that as a kid. That was another thing that I used to have nightmares about. I had nightmares about water parks as a kid, but specifically like the type of water parks that you see in like those games where you're just climbing upwards into infinity, like on and on and on and on. I used to have, or like the type of water park that you'd make in like Planet Coaster or something that like shoots people off like 70 miles per hour straight up into the air, only to like splat on the ground and stuff. Water parks were really scary when I was a kid. Sinkholes and scorpions. I like that Roblox map. But yeah, I actually like the Roblox map. Yeah. Did you have these fears before or after tubing? Before. I think I just always had a latent fear of backroomsy stuff. But anyway, we've sure have VM'd about lots of stuff. We sure have yammered about lots of stupid stuff. Let's see if I wrote anything in my stream chat ideas. No. I haven't wrote anything. Anything new, rather. You hear the stompers? Stomping right above me. They're stomping right above me. Whoa. Whoa. It's like little moments, little stupid moments that like, it's little stupid moments. I'll talk about two things. Remind me about Bubsy. I want to talk about the Bubsy stream. And then I'll talk about this first. But I'm going through my replies on Twitter because I opened my phone. I had a notification. And oh! I could play Call of Duty World at War tomorrow for Memorial Day on original hardware. Should I? Should I? Also, I feel like... Okay, allow me a little... I feel like it's more... There's humility in being able to compare yourself to a baseline and understand where you fall in regards to it. Specifically in regards to, like, popularity. Okay? I'm giving you guys disclaimers for what I'm about to say. Because I say a lot of the time, like, I don't feel successful. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm the type to, like, kind of always be striving. And I need to work more on, like, celebrating my wins. Pausing and celebrating my wins. That's definitely an issue of mine. But original hardware would help avoid any tech issues. Do it. We stream. Let's go. Okay. Yes, I'll say I want it then. Yes, please. I want Call of Duty World at War. And so, where was I? Where was I in this discussion? Basically, I've been bad about, you know, being kind to myself. You know, like, oh, I'm not a popular VTuber. I'm, you know, so small, and I still have so far to go, etc., etc. Like, so far to climb. You know, I say that because I want to, like, always keep myself, like, focused on growth. You know, I don't want to get satisfied and then just, like, stagnate and stuff. But I think it's also good to, like, be able to have your moments of, like, appreciating how far you've come and being able to appreciate those who have lifted you up to that point and stuff. Basically, that's me giving the preface for what I'm about to say. Like, there are lots of moments where I feel like there's so much more I could do. There's so much more for me to accomplish. And then I make a post where it's like, I'm looking for an artist with an art style and a fast turnaround. You know, I make a post looking for something like that. And then, like, I know it might not be a lot to other people, like bigger VTubers, I guess, but I got nearly 20 replies of people, like, replying with their art because they want to work with me. And it's like, it's those moments where, like, weirdly enough, it's like those small moments that make it feel more surreal. Like, I like in such a mundane ways. There are lots of moments where, like, I feel like I accomplished such big things. I get to participate in such large concerts on such widely viewed stages, and so those, like, feel awesome, but they almost feel like, you know, my brain is like, oh, it's fleeting, I have to appreciate it in the moment, like, you know. But then it's like these little moments that show, like, I can ask on Twitter, like, to see artists, and 20 different people will reply, and it's like, that's crazy that 20 different people will want to work with me, that they're willing to, like, pull art from their, and they're not bots, they're willing to, like, pull art from their portfolio to reply and be like, I want to work with you, please reply to me. And they're all, like, so talented, and it's like little moments like that that remind me, like, oh man, I have actually made it in a lot of ways. Martin is money. You think that's what it is? it's about the message I've sent with all the artists that I worked with before. The Martin's got money. You're gonna want to work with her. Sometimes when you're caught up in a big complicated thing, you have no time to really stop and appreciate it. I think that's where the little things are so impactful. Personally, you have to have the time to breathe and let it sink in. Exactly. Ashton, you're always Oshi. Bleh. Even when I'm, like, super wordy for no reason, I can't just, like, say what I mean before giving, like, 10 different prefaces and whatnot. Also, hello, Peanut Bun. We're both here now. Enjoy your stream. I was right. I was like, I at Pit Crew chatters watching my stream when they should be focusing on dinner with their significant other. But now they're both here. Maybe a good reason to remember to stop and breathe during big complicated projects? Yeah. Popularity doesn't always equal success. I think success can come with curating a medium, but consistent rather than perpetual growth. That's also very true. That's also very true. I think I also can measure success in sort of, like, funny, atypical ways. Like, you know, only a person who has made it so far would get so many replies from artists. So many organic replies from artists. I know that's silly to say, but that's how I feel sometimes. I just feel cool. I feel cool scrolling through and being like, wow, I can't believe this many awesome artists want to work with me. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say, because I ended up opening my Twitter and seeing how many replies I got to that post. Who else has an Aston Martin? That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Ooh, man. Oh, man. There's so much happening in the next couple months. There's so much happening to announce. There's so much happening. Oh, you guys. I'm just so excited for what this upcoming future has in store. And I hope that I can deliver on all my promises. Even if I haven't made the promises public, I hope I can, just because I think you guys all deserve it. And I have my 4-year anniversary. That's how I started this app, by talking about my 4-year anniversary. My 4-year anniversary is coming up in 2.5 weeks. Entering my cryo chamber to skip June. But that's my 4-year anniversary! June 18th is my 4-year anniversary. You want to skip it? You don't want to spend time with me for my special day? I relate to you a lot. I still think of myself as just a little pit crew who made some chilla stickers, and then you give me the most batshit crazy news, or I make a tweet about VTubers and they actually want my work. It's not just Ashton being nice to me, it's all thanks to you. I feel like I can't take credit for them. It's I like how symbiotic a lot of my relationships with my pit crew are. I feel like you guys, I hope I improve your lives as much as you improve my life. I want to say that you get as much out of Ash and Martin streams as you put in. Perhaps more. I don't know, but I love my pit crew. Glad you have your pickup artists. Yeah! And it's just really helpful because... I mean, aggregate, is that the word? Aggregate websites like Fiverr and VGen can be nice, but for some specific things, I feel like it's so difficult. You just have to find like specific artists by themselves on Twitter, and if you haven't been like paying attention actively for like months and months, you have like such a difficult time finding artists and anyway. I did want to say though, I know I've talked about how every year I have a chinchilla live. I mentioned this at the start of the stream and then I got distracted and got on all sorts of crazy tangents and yada yada yada. I have historically, I know that there are a lot of new picker members, so I will rehash what has typically happened on anniversaries. My first anniversary, I had my first chinchilla live. It was a kind of crappy VR chat recorded live concert, and it was my first foray into like idol stuff ever, and it was really awesome. It felt like, you know, how could I possibly top this? And then for my second year, I ended up getting invited to Offkai Expo as a guest, and then I had my second chinchilla live in person at Offkai Expo, and it was called Space Cadet, and it was a hologram concert, and it was really ambitious, and it was really cool. There's a lot of stuff that I want to improve upon from it, and that was my second one. And then for my third year, it was not crappy. I still replay it. Really? You replayed my first anniversary concert. It was so fun. Oh man. And I remember when it was happening, my heart was racing and my palms were sweating. My hands were like shaking when I first did that concert. And then for my third year, I ended up being involved in Virtual Vacation. And so each year I've had a concert. Virtual Vacation was not my chinchilla live, but it was a concert, a huge concert I was involved with, and so I put a lot of myself into it, and it's become a thing for me to have a concert for each year. And like I said, my 4-year anniversary is coming up in 2.5 weeks, and who cares if it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday, a random time? Who knows if all my pit crew that need to hear it are watching, but I will not be having a concert for this year's anniversary. But I will be having a concert for this year's birthday. So I just need more time to cook, because there's like a bit of lead time that's required with these like large scale affairs and stuff. So unfortunately, a lot of the early year was taken up by my focus on my album and my music and stuff. And so I have been working on getting the ball rolling for my birthday concert. Is it going to be at a physical location? As it stands right now, no. And I don't want to get any hopes up. Let me look something up real quick. Because earlier I was talking about... Now, this is fully like I just had this idea right now. And maybe I shouldn't even like say it, because it's not a guarantee, and it's not a, but if it's not a guarantee, then it's not really a spoiler. But as you guys know, my 4-year anniversary is June 18th. And my birthday is August 18th. So maybe there is an anime convention happening that weekend called Anime NYC. And what other place in the entire world has as many accessible small venues as New York? And I just realized that I guess I wasn't intending on there being a physical location. No! You guys, give it at least until my anniversary for me to like... It's just thoughts. I hadn't considered it. The concert was always going to be digital to begin with. But then I just realized right now that lines up really well, doesn't it? Too late, I'm getting raped. Stop. Doesn't that line up pretty well, don't you think? You're gonna have to jump on that if you want to book a venue? Yeah. You would be in the same city as Vine Sauce Vinny. That is true. Vinny has been to previous ANYCs. Paths have been crossed. Huh. Curious. I didn't realize that really until just now. That overlaps so well. Because that's another thing that somebody said to me during my meet and greet today was... The first person, actually. They were talking about the concerts and stuff, and they were like, are there any more Aston Martin concerts? And I was like, of course! There's an Aston Martin concert every single year. But then they asked about physical, and I went, no. And then they said to me, like, if you had a physical event, it would sell out. And I was like, oh, you think? Like, really? Really, it would sell out, you think? If I had a physical event, it would sell out. And I was, you know, incredulous about it. Would a physical location affect anything on the digital side? I remember the discussion on how Space Cadet had to be made with it being physical in mind, so you thought the streaming side was unfortunately more lacking. So this is another thing. If it were to have a physical location, I don't think... Here, I'll draw it out. I'll draw it out for you guys. That's a good point to be made. So... It's also like what has happened with, like, for example, for those who saw the Miki concert from Anime Central, or who have watched Virtual Vacation also. So... how do I describe this? Here, I'll actually make this bigger. I wonder who I need to really get talking with people about this, but I don't know if it says... It might not be so lofty as previously thought. But basically, there's a few different types of VTuber concerts. So, what my intent was with this year's concert was to have it fully virtual. So think Hololive 3D debut birthday concert sort of thing, where there's a dynamic camera and it's a girl like on stage inside of a virtual world, and there's like maybe like a TV up in the background, and the camera will like move around and come from different angles. Now, this sort of setup is fine for when you're watching at home on a computer, because there's no physical venue. But if you were to be at a physical venue watching a concert like this with dynamic cameras and like close-ups where, you know, they're like winking in the camera and stuff, it would basically just be like watching a YouTube video, which is the thing I'd like to avoid when I have my concerts. Because the whole point of it being in like a physical location is that it isn't like a YouTube video. It can be at a venue, like for example Virtual Vacation, where we had our gigantic LED screen, and everything that was on this main screen was a single camera view because you were watching from the audience. So The side things would have a dynamic camera, you know, it could like pan the audience, etc. And it could show like a dynamic camera view of like them dancing from the side. This is how in-person VTuber concerts look. This wasn't my intent for my concert this year. And the reason why this sort of like throws a wrench into things if I want to have like a physical in-person concert is because I can only really afford to have this one concert with a dynamic camera and basically like essentially like it's a digital concert that you would just be watching on a screen, because this sort of concert that has this front view and this dynamic camera view for like a digital viewing purpose or for like a side LED panel like this requires a second rendering, which doesn't double necessarily because having just a static camera doesn't cost that much, but it adds on like at least a couple more $1,000. And so I guess I'd have to tell you guys up front that like if I were to have a concert in person and you guys wanted it to be like this, where like I'm on a stage and yada yada yada, and then there was like people in the audience, what I could do is I could record it and take this front recording. I could record from like the back of the stage, maybe like set up a few cameras to get different angles, and then make that into a YouTube video to show at a later date. Or it could just be at a venue where it's like a dynamic camera view. And so instead of standing on the stage, it's like something like this. But essentially it would sort of be like a watch along. And it depends on what you guys are like okay with, what you guys would be willing to like spend money to go visit, to be in person to see. And I don't know, it just is like a different scenario. But basically, like, to have an event, not to like, you know, I'm talking numbers, I apologize for that. To have an event where I have both this dynamic view, this secondary view of like a digital camera to stream, and also have this frontal view to show in person, on top of the fact that this would require like an LED TV and yada yada yada. And also, if you wanted to like simulcast it, it costs like a lot of money. And I guess I'd have to know if you guys are okay with that. Maybe it's sort of selfish, but I want to see how like a current Asher would do a digital concert. Glory was so cool as your first, but was also the only one, so what could your peak really achieve? With no limitations a venue would give. I'm sort of the same opinion, you know, they have different strengths. They have different strengths and different weaknesses. And my intent was to do just a normal digital concert. So I think it might still be an option to get together like some sort of thing at Anime NYC, but it would be like a watch party as opposed to like, I guess it would be technically the concert, but because it's like a digital concert instead of like it being like a live concert, like Phantom Thief or Virtual Vacation or Densetsu or something. The idea of an edited concert is awesome to me too, though. Do you mean edited like after the fact, you know? You could just do something like a panel instead of a whole venue. Like a panel at Anime NYC? I guess I hadn't even considered that being like at the con, because I kept thinking like a small like bar or something. I feel like there's so many little venues throughout New York that you probably could find something pretty affordable, but it would have to be like, it would essentially be like a TV on stage, I guess. Or like, honestly, just like a sports bar that has the concert on like all the TVs or something. I don't know. As the artist, it's all your vision. If you can spring something unique or rare, go for it. Bjork's VR experiences were definitely something else. That's crazy to think to reference Bjork. Rent out a bodega? Ah, that'd be perfect too, to have like a rodent-themed concert at a bodega. I think that'd be awesome. It reminds me of Blu-rays I get out of idol concerts and Miku, if I have it in my mind right. Yeah, that's essentially what it would be, I think. Or like... You guys understand what I'm saying. It's just like, it's different vibes for each thing. And then the viewing experience will ultimately be different for them both also. And I think I was already prepared to record like a digital concert. So trying to find the funds and trying to find the like location and trying to find, because it's a lot of things. Like these VTuber things are big affairs. Like the concert at Anime Central, not a VTuber concert, but you know, essentially a VTuber concert. Like the LED panels that they used for that concert, I went up and I was like scrutinizing them, like scratching my chin, like I wonder what the heck panels they are. They're like super high fidelity, super high quality LED panel walls. I don't know if you've like ever looked at pricing. There is some sort of pricing available to the public, you know. Most of it's wholesale though, but like renting out those LED panels, it's like $100,000. It's like really expensive. They're really expensive. So but anyway, that's why VTuber indie concerts is so difficult. Just a fun little peek into my world. I see lots of AliExpress listings for them, but that's something else. That could be something to invest in. I know it's not quite like $100,000 either, but like the screen that was used for Space Cadet that Oshi Spark bought, which was like a typical hologram scrim of like 10 foot by 8 foot or something. That scrim cost like $3,000, which isn't that much when you can compare it to like a $100,000 of LED screens. But like for my little Off-Kite Expo concert, that was like, whoa, like holy crap, that was crazy. But now Oshi Spark has that, so I think it'd be really cool if they invested in another hologram concert again. Renting those from a production house is still expensive, and you would want to rent from a production house. Yeah. It's a lot of labor of love involved in hosting these events, but it's all worth it, because when it comes together, it's like even with Lisa's Nightmare Underground, it's like, and it's hosted by Lisa. Lisa is the one that like made it happen. Oh. Sorry, I saw a bug. Ugh. To wipe my hand off now. Ew. Hey crew, we got bugs to squash. Raiders, hello. Oh, that wasn't just any bug. That was my berry bug. Mary, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome Raiders. My name is Ashton Martin. I'm the roller race queen of VTuber Racing. How did Barry find Dark Souls 2? Yeah, you were playing Dark Souls 2 earlier. And who's ever, thank you for subscribing and saying a sponsor. You actually caught me during a little idle chat I was having. We were talking about concerts and whatnot and all the fun stuff regarding that. It's my 4-year anniversary in like 2.5 weeks, and typically for my anniversaries I've had concerts or participated in concerts like Virtual Vacation, perhaps you've heard of it, with Nimi and Doobie and Unicat last year during Anime Expo weekend. And so I was just like spitballing possible ideas. Would you know anything about that, Berry Bug? What would Barry know about that, right? I was there, you were there. I saw you in the audience, and I saw you in the audience, and I saw you in the audience, and I saw you in the audience. Barry hit the bong 10 times? What? Oh my god, Barry, you've changed. You gave the leaker info? The leaker info? I was warming up by blowing bubbles? She was ripping that shit crazy style? I've never blown bubbles to warm myself up before. Is that what they're calling it now? Curious. See, I've never heard of a weed coat. I've only ever heard of like a vodka coat. A liquor jacket. Do an avant-garde thing, get a concert hall and wheel out a CRT TV with an AVHS player and a stagehand puts the tape in, that's the concert. Wait, that'd be sick! Especially if it was like strapped down like those wheelie VHS carts from elementary school. Wow. Do what to her jacket? Yeah, I bet you guys would want to do that to her jacket. After a long, sweaty stream of her playing... Devil May Cry, sorry. I'm stretching. Long sweaty stream of her playing Devil May Cry, getting all worked up like a Yume Joshi about Dante. I bet you would lick her jacket. When are you playing DMC? Oh my god. When am I playing DMC? You're like the only person that in today's day and age that is trying to get people to play DMC, Barry. Please! I'm not even done with Metal Gear Solid yet! You really want me to pivot? Which is more important to you? Metal Gear Solid or Devil May Cry? Metal Gear Solid? That's what I thought. You are hating character action? I don't think I'd hate Devil May Cry because I'm a fan of Sengoku Basara. Samurai Warriors. How are you this big of a Fujo and not played DMC yet? Well, we kind of just went over this earlier about how like there's a huge like black box in my memory of like video games from the 2000s that I gleaned info about secondhand but never played myself because my first console was the Wii. Including, but not limited to, Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, Devil May Cry, Kingdom Hearts. Left 4 Dead 2. She's rabid about it. Well, let's give it a couple months, then she'll be back to Jujutsu Kaisen or something. I love you, Barry. And there's a lot I would do for you. I just don't know if I'll play Devil May Cry. She knows me so well. Actually, you know what I think you'd also be rabid for? That I think you should play, Barry? Oh, what is it? Oh shit, you haven't played Left 4 Dead? I played Left 4 Dead 2 for the very first time, like, this year. With Snuffy... With Barry! With Barry and Snuffy and Limes. And that was my first time ever playing it. And Snuffy was accidentally playing as, like, a nude, large-breasted furry woman. You would love DMC? You think I'd like DMC if I liked Sengoku Basara? They are like the same sort of like beat 'em up, but it's not beat 'em up. That's not the right thing. Sengoku Basara and Dynasty Warriors. Accidentally, yeah. No, it was legitimately accidentally because she didn't notice. And she was like fully fucking nude on her screen, on stream. I can't believe she didn't get banned for that. DMC has a major milestone for action games. Dang, I have to play it. What was the thing that I was thinking of? You know what I think Barry would have liked if she was like a Fujo on the internet like just a few years before she ended up online. Oh, what's the one where it's like the dude with the El Shaddai, the dude with the blonde hair wearing the jeans? Wait, Lime Malicious? Yeah! Limes and Snuffy and Barry and I played Left 4 Dead 2. It was this year, I think. Because I feel a bit like Barry, you would like El Shaddai. Who? The amount of like Nico video mads there was of El Shaddai. I swear it was last year. Okay, it might have been last year. Ugh, the days just blend together. Also, Barry, I'm sorry that I'm talking directly to you after your long stream. If you need to head out, I totally understand. Oh, that's right! El Shaddai's at the Switch! I should play El Shaddai. Oh my god, he's got that shit on, dude! That's crazy! Alright, here, I've got a picture for you guys. Holy shit! I've got a new boy for you, Barry. Oh my god, those things look crispy! She came here because she loves you so much, she said so. She loves me so much. Do you, Barry? Does he lose any limbs at any point in the series? Not that I need it, but I've been noticing a trend lately. Oh my god. Are you into nuggeting? What? What? I knew you had like perverse interests, but what? Lately? The characters that like just end up like that? My god, what? No need to be ashamed of your special taste. I feel like these are extreme circumstances that probably warrant a little bit of shame. An inkling of shame, at least. Flashback to the 40-minute presentation Barry did on her nuggeting fascination fetish. Please tell me. Please tell me that this word nuggeting is new to you. That's misleading. That was real? You know what it is? Barry. There's something wrong with you. Barry Nug? Oh my god. Never say that ever again. Don't give anybody any ideas. Holy shit. During a collab stream, Barry did a 30 to 40 minute presentation complete with images on why she likes nuggeting, made example being Raiden from Metal Gear. Does he get nuggeted? That's spoilers. No way. If I look up Raiden Nugget, what'll it show me? She's just high, give her a break. Barry. You can never toke on stream again. It says irreparably damaged my opinion of you. I thought you would already know he's a cyborg in Revengeance on the cover. Literally never even seen that. Never even seen the cover. If that's what she's into, woe be it to her future lovers. Oh, this is interesting because I feel like I just had a conversation on stream, I think, about how like the one thing I don't like in fiction and like doujins and stuff is like irreparable damage. Is like, I don't like it when a character with horns gets like one of their horns cracked off. I think it's scary. I don't like it either. Facts point to the opposite, Barry. This is crazy. You're like a real freak. This is crazy. And you're typing X to doubt. Oh my god, this stream has come full circle. Earlier I was talking about like press X to doubt, press F to pay respects, and I didn't realize. And then I thought it was from the David Cage game, but they're all from different games. This is crazy. My stream has come legitimately full circle. Sean! There's L.A. Noir. What's the last one? Oh crap. Let Barry defend herself. I'd like to know. Do you want to defend yourself, Barry? Do you have anything to say for yourself? I feel like you're being unfairly targeted. Yes, one is Advanced Warfare Call of Duty, which is the press F to pay respects. The X one is from... Not Heavy Rain. LA Noire! Yes! Oh, I can't keep all these games featuring, like, non-anime men straight. They all, like... blend in my mind. How am I supposed to keep them straight if they don't have different funny, hyper bright hair colors to tell them apart? And they all wear, like, hats. Different varieties of hats. Also, Unbailey Fable. Thank you for 11 months for resubscribing. Why do you think Barry likes Raiden so much? Also, hi. I didn't know. I don't know anything about Raiden except for that he's like a beautiful, sexy man with childbearing hips. Per that one comic of the dude who definitely wasn't thirsting after Raiden. He made so many comics about how sexy Raiden is. You know who I'm talking about, right? Where he was making all those comments being like, oh, Metal Gear Solid 2 is such a sissy game. Take a look at this one character that's such a fucking sissy. And he's also super hot. Aren't they such sissies for making him so hot and sexy? And yes, Raiden. Yeah, sexually ambiguous Raiden. Whoa. Whoa, we got a hype train! VLC, thank you for resubscribing and saying a sponsor at tier 3 for 35 months. Thank you, thank you. And all you have to say for that, ask if you're doing baby. Yay! Whoa! Why am I turning to a PowerPoint? Is it because I have Chrome open for sexually ambiguous Raiden? A small collection of funny pictures. Whoa! Redacted, thank you for the 10 gifted subs! All I gotta say is that it's not my fault that the characters I like just end up like that. But I feel like there's still something to be said about it. Where it's like, you have this like sixth sense. Maybe even like a phantom pain of some sort. Because of all their amputated limbs. Like literally there's so many comics of this guy talking about sexy Raiden. What the heck? And he is so sexy in all these. Could be big if gamers go for Dante in a tube top in Devil May Cry 3. Wait a second. This artist has somehow laser pinpointed Barry's type. Whoa! Wait, but does Barry like Dante or Virgil more? It reminds me of how someone called me out for only playing Twinks in Smash Bros. I mean Cloud. Well, if the shoe fits. I like the secret evil third option. Wait, so there's Virgil, Dante. Who's the last one? Is it the fluffy-haired, black-haired guy? The secret third evil option? Secret? Wait, I want to know. Oh, wait, Nero! Oh. See, this is one where it's like... Technically, that would be spoilers, I guess. But I'm not actively playing the game and never implied that I was going to, so I don't care. But also, I've seen all these guys' penises on Twitter before, so... All you gotta do is say a name. I can't like visualize how different they look though. Nero, Dante, Virgil. No, their dad. Wait. I guess I could have assumed there was incest in this, given that they all look exactly fucking alike. Ugh, very... I don't know if I can like this though, because they're all like too realistic looking. They're not anime boy enough. How do you play this shit? This dude has like forehead veins. They're only realistic in 5. And they're really realistic. Virgil and Dante talk about Nero. This is all going over my head. Only the 5th game is not really anime. I guess that's just mainly what comes up in Google. Oh, and I remember one of them has like a beard and it's scary. And then there's that really bad that really bad Netflix anime that I see you rage posting about all the time. You're such a 90s I don't like 3D women type of otaku. Well, yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, doesn't one of them have like a beard? Or they have like scruff or something? It's scruff, it's scruff. I know you're not calling Dante Stubble a beard. It's just too much for my anime boys. I feel like it's deserved with all the like, ugh, 30 PD, stupid real life women. I deserve this. Ugh, this is how I feel about like the new Resident Evil game coming out. Everyone was thirsting over like how sexy old Leon was, and I was just looking at his fucking ear hair. Yeah, dude's definitely 50 years old. You could braid that shit. I'm serious. Look up this. Look up the like high res pictures of Leon from the newest Resident Evil game. He has the ear hair of like an 80-year-old man. Don't make us self-conscious about that. See, it's not a thing that I care about in real life. I only care about it when it's on Sexy Leon. Your hair happens sooner than you think. No, 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 no. Leon, Resident Evil 9. Ashton ear hair. Well, it's fine with me because it's so soft and cutely tufted. My Chilla ear hair. Here. You said you didn't want to see his ear hair, but I'm gonna subject you guys to it anyway. But it needs to be ultra high res. Let's see. Size large. Man, Chrome slows down my computer so much. I'm like half PowerPoint right now. Or specifically when I'm looking at Google. My computer's so slow. Firefox time. Even Firefox is slow in its own ways. Look! You can even see it from here. Look at his crazy ear hair. That's a different type of ear hair. Well, just wait. Give it like a year or two and it'll start coming out the actual ear hole like an 80-year-old man. He's homo-maxing. You're insane for focusing on that. I just think that they're insane for adding it. At least he keeps it trim short. Aw, fluffy. You don't see the ear hair? Look. It's just as fluffy as the collar of his shirt. It's just the lighting. Well, yeah. You didn't have time to stop at the barber. Yeah, you didn't have time to stop at the barber to get it like burnt off. The barber that sprays you with alcohol on your freshly cut edges. The barber that like sits in your lap while they're working on you. You've never seen those videos? Of the different barbers? Watching different barber videos. I haven't even gotten into the barber videos where they're like giving oil massages, oil chest massages to their clients and stuff. He's rodent maxing after meeting Ashley. It's crazy how easily my opinion of the ear hair changes the moment you bring rodents into the picture. It's like, wait, yeah, just like Mousley. Oh, fuzzy, my fuzzy chilla ears. The barber that bites your lip? Yeah, that guy too! Nude barber was all the rage in 2021. Yep, that was the Instagram Reels prime entertainment. That barber is gonna get punched? Why would that barber get punched? I like VTuber nice jugs. It's part of the experience that you paid for at the barber. Are you guys telling me that that's not how it goes when you go to the barber? And so you just lie to your VTubers when you tell them about your barber experiences? You'd lie on the internet just to satisfy your Fujo Oshi? That's fucked up. Usually my barber tells me about when he was a male stripper. The barber that bit the guy like Squidward taking a bite of a Krabby Patty. Oh my god. Alright, this is enough vamping. Barry isn't even here anymore. Now I'm just stuck with all her bug bros who refuse to entertain my Fujo antics the way that they would for their Oshi. So, it's time to play Mother 3. Oh wait, Barry is still here. Take your redeems. Whoa! What is this? Holy shit, he just dropped crazy money. Whatever, play Devil May Cry. Oh my god. Barry, you owe my mod. Okay, it wasn't real money. It is for the pit crew. Those cheese wheels are more important than life. Cheese counts as money? Well, yeah. This is the only money that the pit crew ever get at the racetrack. Well, I guess I don't need to specify at the racetrack since you don't go anywhere else. And since you're here forever. If you need a bug on your shoulder, I'll be there. That would actually be kind of awesome. To have like a companion flipping shit at every single minute interaction between characters while playing Devil May Cry. Ah! Wait, don't do that to me! That would be for Barry. I'm already doing it for Nino. I'm telling you, I'm mentally ill. That's crazy, man. Sitting in on multiple different VTubers' DMC streams. Alright, anyway. I was just about to start playing before I got raided. And now it's after raid. Which means I really should get started playing Mother 3. This is my first time playing Mother 3. So if you know any spoilers, you must refrain lest you be banned. Lest I bring the ban hammer down upon you. And I'm currently on to chapter 3, I believe. I'm playing in English, yes. This is a fan translation. And I'm currently on the monkey chapter. This game is apparently so good, I really want to play it. I've been enjoying it a lot now also. It's very eclectic. It's eclectic. But apparently I'm about to get to the part where it sort of ramps up. Does that mean there's a Mother 1 and 2? Well, yeah. Well, yeah, dude. Actually, I can understand your confusion because it used to confuse me why there was a regular Danganronpa 1, but then it went to Super Danganronpa 2. I kept wondering where Super Danganronpa 1 was, but no, it's just Danganronpa 1 and Super Danganronpa 2. And don't even get me started on the ones after that. They're fucking nuts. Did you play Earthbound before playing Mother 3? I didn't, because I was told that I didn't need to. But I have heard Pollyanna, and it's so cute! I really like Pollyanna. I really should go back and play that after. I think, overall, aesthetically, Earthbound might fit my preferences more than Mother 3. But regardless, I am enjoying Mother 3, and I think we're about halfway through the game right now. So, let's get started. And if you followed and joined the pit crew, I really appreciate it. And Barry, if you need to head out from your raid, I totally understand. Thank you again. And I'm Ashley Martin, the roller road race queen of VTuber racing, and I love everything retro anime, retro music, and retro gaming, which is what I do the most of on my channel, Mother 3 included. I'm currently in the middle of playing Metal Gear Solid 4 because I played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 previously per the request of my bug, so her asking for DMC also, I have to say, is quite gratuitous, you know. Rein it in a little. Earthbound have yo-yo, that is true. The greed of this bug, the absolute greed of this bug, demanding so much from her fellow Fujo. But I also play the Resident Evil games. I'm also playing Pikmin 2. And if you're interested in any of those sorts of games and more retro stuff, including Call of Duty tomorrow for Memorial Day, yeah, you should follow Engine the Pit Crew too. And then I'll see you in just a second. Perhaps a few bits lower fidelity than right now. But I also gotta refill my water, so I will be just a moment. Bruh. Oh! Yeah. Okay, I understand now. I think I get it. Yep. I see how it is. It is so funny how how Chilla Races and all the other related programs that Sunnyquiz, my pick crew member, has so very lovingly crafted all the incredible funny ways that it can break. I'm from Denver. Hello! Hello, hello. Holy shit, we yapped for 3 hours, you guys. What's wrong with me? Oh shit, you know what else broke? VTube Studio broke. What? You guys. Oh shit, I accidentally booted a Pikmin. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, force of habit. I booted a Pikmin. Oh crap. Wait, how did I play Mother? How would I play Mother? It's hard to keep all these incredible retro art. Okay, okay. It's hard to keep all my amazing modded retro consoles that I have physically right next to me on my rack of modded physical retro gaming console. This happens every single Mother's Day. I'm sorry. It's so easy to forget. I don't know why I froze either. I fully clicked Pikmin 2 and was like, yup. That's what I'm looking for. That's right. That's right. I figured it all out. Really gotten to the bottom of this, haven't we? I also have a stack of retro consoles. Yeah, but are they modded? Like my modded retro consoles? Modded to be played live on stream? That's what I thought. Where is my YouTube Studio? Alright, finally we're getting started. Wait, legitimately though, VTube Studio isn't opening. Hola! We almost got the show on the road. We're so close. Just give it like a second. Just a moment longer. Oh no! I yawned. That's not good. Why is the VTube Studio not opening? Hello? PNG tuber time? I don't even have a PNG. Make sure it's really closed in tab.